This video is sponsored by One Page Rules. I have had a hell of a busy August. I've been at gaming conventions, I've been to a 40k tournament, it's been my birthday, and I've got a brand new 3D printer that I've still not had a chance to use. Let's change that. My name's Josh and welcome to the Pickle Jar. Now that I've got my 3D printer set up and leveled, I wanted to print something that I knew was reliable, so I've gone back to the old faithful and I'm printing some One Page Rules miniatures. Now, One Page Rules are an absolutely fantastic company. They've supported the channel for a long time now, and I've never had any issues with any of their prints. I've printed stuff at work, I've printed stuff at home. They've always been fantastic. Now, if you don't know who One Page Rules are, they offer a huge variety of miniatures. They've got fantasy, they've got sci-fi, they offer terrain, everything. Recently, they've been releasing demons, and the ones that I'm more looking forward to, the Saurian Starhurst, which are dinosaurs with guns, what's not to love. Check them out over on my mini factory where you can see all the past releases, or if you want to get those releases at a discount, consider signing up to their Patreon for just £8 a month, and you'll get everything that they release each month. Thanks for supporting the channel, One Page Rules. Now, let's get them models off that printer. Now, the reason that I'm using 3D printed miniatures in today's video is because I wanted to try out some new paints that I've got. I've had a bit of a hectic month, and every now and then it's just nice to sit down, try some new paints, work out some colour schemes for potential projects or upcoming projects, and just enjoy the hobby for what it is, just painting miniatures. The other reason that I'm using One Page Rules miniatures for 3D printing today is because I know that I can set these off in the morning and come back and they will have printed fine because they are supported amazingly well. Once I got them off the supports, I got them onto some bases, onto some painting handles, and started priming. Now, because I'm experimenting with inks which are semi-transparent in nature, I decided that I would prime these models up differently. So the first three I am priming in very much the way that I prime a lot of the stuff that I use: a black base coat and then a grey zenithal over the top of that, and then a white zenithal over the top of that. This is how I prefer to do my zenithal highlighting. I think it gives more of a nice gradient from the darkest up to the lightest, rather than a stark contrast from white to pure black. The other three models I decided to prime pure white so that I could have a nice flat bright base coat down. Because the inks that I'm using are going to be fairly bright colours, they tend to work better over a white primer or a lighter primer. Now, I've tried inks in the past and I've always had mixed results, but with these being called intensity inks from Green Stuff World, I'm kind of hoping for some really nice results because they should be nice and vibrant, which is kind of my style if you've been following the channel for any time at all. To start off with, I chucked some of the ink onto a palette. I like to do this even if I'm not using a brush to paint with new paint, just so I can get a feel for how thick it is, how thin it is, how transparent it is. Once I've sort of got that nailed down, I start blasting it through the airbrush onto some of the models. Now, as I said, the main reason that I'm using the inks today is A, so that I can see how they work, how they react over different primers and stuff, and B, just to try out different colours and give myself a bit of a kick and some inspiration for some colour schemes for a few upcoming projects. Me and Luke are both working on armies or warbands for the One Page Rules skirmish game, so we wanted to try out some of the different races and try and come up with cool colour schemes for those. And I'm also starting to get into Stargrave, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to print and paint some of the Saurian Starhurst, because I thought they would make for cool crew members on that. I have to say that just sitting and painting without any real target or aim or I need to get this finished or up to this sort of standard was very refreshing, and it's something that I think that a lot of people could benefit from if they did it more often. Yes, I know that generally you want to be painting for an army or a project that you're working on, but sometimes it's just nice to throw paint around on something that doesn't really matter too much and look for some inspiration. That's kind of the point that I got to by the time I'd applied paint to all 6 miniatures. I was feeling very inspired to paint more of the Saurian Starhurst, and I just sort of carried on painting, applying more colours and more blends and then filling in the detail until I had a finished miniature by the end of it. And that's the main point of this video. It's, yes, I'm showing off some new inks, yes, I'm showing off some STL files from today's sponsor, but I wanted to get across that sometimes it's just nice to sit and paint for no reason at all. Just get lost in it and enjoy yourself doing this hobby that we all love. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It has been a little bit more of a relaxed, chilled out video. I have had, as I said, a very busy month, if not 2 months, and I really needed to do something relaxing. If you've enjoyed it, leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new. If you want to help support the channel, there's always Patreon. Please check us out over there for exclusive content, VIP access on Discord, as well as having your names on screen like all of these fabulous people right now. On top of all of that, we've also got our affiliate links for Grim Dice, Tabletop Gaming and Element Games. If you buy through them for your hobby projects, it gives us a kickback and it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. That's all from me. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, enjoy your hobby.